Hey y'all, I'm Blair with HostGator. I run the HostGator blog, and I've been working in WordPress since about 2010. And so since I'm working for HostGator on the HostGator blog, which is a WordPress website, I'm in WordPress almost every single day. Whatever your reason is about starting a website these days, you've probably heard about WordPress and that it is probably the solution you need. Well, that may or may not be true, but WordPress is the #1 most popular content management system on the market, so I'm sure that you've heard a lot about it. So today, we're going to quickly show you how to get up your first website in WordPress, and we're going to do a live demo showing you how you can get it done. There is a bit of a learning curve when you're starting out with WordPress. So we're going to give you a demo, show you what it looks like, but if it still seems a little bit overwhelming for you, that's okay. Check out our website builder product. It's got a drag and drop setup, so it's really easy to drag something and put it exactly where you want it on the page. And it even has an option for e-commerce. So that might be a good option for you if you are looking to get online quickly and WordPress maybe still seems a little bit too much. So to launch, you must have the following. You need to have a home page, an about page, and a contact page. And then the next thing you're going to need is really custom to your business and what you offer. So if you offer services or products, then you're going to want a tab for that as well. Before we jump into WordPress, here are some terms that I think you need to know. It'll help you orient a little bit once we're logged into WordPress. First term you need to know is the dashboard. So the dashboard is the place that you're going to land as soon as you log into WordPress. From the dashboard, you can manage everything technical about your site. You'll manage all the content, the design, the layout from the dashboard. It's the landing place for the back end of your website. The next term I think you need to know is a theme. So WordPress itself is like a software skeleton you can put everything else on top of, but it doesn't just have a design immediately. So the design, what you see when you're on a website, the layout, the colors, that sort of thing, it's going to be determined by the theme. So when we say the word theme with WordPress, think about that meaning your design theme. The next term you're going to want to know is plugin. So a plugin is a piece of software that you download and install onto your WordPress website. This is where a lot of the functionality for your site will happen. Think of plugins like the app on your phone, right? Your smartphone is capable of a lot of things, right? But most of what you do happens within an app. You have an app for your email, an app for your music, an app for your social media. So think of a plugin the same way as an app on your phone. Next thing you're going to want to know is a widget. So a widget is also a bit of functionality and software, but it happens within a container space on your website. So I like to think about widgets in terms of grid sections on your website. So if you think about a design and you break it into vertical and horizontal grids or sections, these are likely controlled by widget sections on your website. So a lot of times you'll think about the navigation bar is a widget section, the right sidebar is a widget section. So there's lots of things you can go in a widget. Widgets, the spaces themselves are going to be determined by your theme. So we'll see that in a minute. And then the next thing you need to know is about a page and a post. So a page and a post, this is where the main content of your site happens. If you think about going on a website and clicking through the different pages of their site, this is a page or a post. So in WordPress, they look the same as far as the way that you will add content to the page, the things you can do on them. The editor is the same, but the difference is that a post is going to be dated and timely, like your blog articles. And think of your page as the evergreen content on your site. So remember, they do the same thing. You don't need to learn a different way to manage them, but they function differently in that the post is dated. Think of a blog post when you see that. Now, when we're going down the dashboard over here on this left column, I want to show you some of the things that we just talked about. Here is your post section and then your pages. So they function like the main content on your site. Down here under appearance, you will see the theme, which we talked about. This is your design theme. Also, your widgets are here in the appearance section. And then menus, so this would be your navigation bar. And then customize is where you're going to edit and customize the theme to fit what you want for your site. The next thing you're going to want to know is the media library. So this media library, think about your media library as the place where you're going to house all the pictures or PDFs or downloadables for your site. They'll be here in this media section. Let me show you a little bit about what this looks like. So I'm going to click on this media library. Right now, I only have one picture in here, right? But if you have all the pictures that you have and all the PDFs will start populating on this page. If I wanted to add a new picture, I can do that right here in my left sidebar, Add New, or I can do it up here on the top next to Media Library where it says Add New. So let me show you what that looks like. I'm going to click Add New, and it's super simple. If I have an image on my desktop, I can simply drag it and drop it in this section, and it'll start to upload immediately. Or I can click Select Files from my desktop. I'm just going to grab this Bluebonnet header. It's the same image I already have in here, but so I can show you what it looks like. Then you click Open. And it's uploading already. So once this little blue bar goes away, yep, the image shows up and you can see that I've uploaded it to the media library. Now I can click on it and I can add, if I want to put alt text in here, which is really important for your search engine optimization, I'm just going to put Bluebonnet header. And then if you wanted to put a caption, you could put a caption on the photo. And it's going to automatically save it for you. So I just clicked out of that box and you kind of saw it refresh a little bit and it saves. And then I'm just going to click out with that X. Now I can always come back here and edit. So let's say I want to go change the header. Now I can change it to Bluebonnet Fields header image. Okay, and I've made an update to this image. So you can see that little dial is going right there and now it's saved and updated. So it's really easy to be able to come in and make edits to these photos that you have all right here from the media library. Okay, now I want to show you how to create a page or a post. So let's go to the page section. All right, I've already got one page created, contact as a draft. Let's add that about page that I said you need to launch. So again, you can add a new page here from the left sidebar since we've got this section open, or up here at the top, there's a big giant button that says Add New. So I'm going to click Add New. All right, this is what your page looks like when you open it. Pretty blank slate, right? But it's got this section for your title right at the top. So I'm going to start just typing in. About Us is going to be my title. Right down here, you can see as soon as I clicked, it gave me a cursor bar. I'm going to just grab some copy from one of our pages and use it to add in here. So let's say I'm just going to copy and paste it in here. And you're seeing this kind of show up in this editor takes the different sections of your page and puts them in what they're calling blocks now. So with this block, I can change this section. Right now it's showing as a paragraph, but if I want to change it to something else, I just click there and I can change it to a heading, a list, a quote, whatever I want to do. And then you'll have some options in here, aligning left or right, that sort of thing. So let's say now I want to add a new section. All I need to do is hit enter and it'll go down to the next section and let me start adding more content. So let me just grab another paragraph and I'm going to drop it in there. Okay. Now, if I want to add a link, let me see. These things are kind of grayed out for me. So bold, italic, There's my link button. So I highlighted the word WordPress, and now I'm going to click this link button. And now I'm going to be able to type in a link. So let's put this to wordpress.org. And when I hit this little arrow to submit, now my text is hyperlinked. Cool, huh? You can also add an image as well. You can do all of that in here from this editor. When I'm ready to save it, I am just going to, I can hit Save Draft. And then I also have the option to hit Publish with this blue button if I'm ready to go. Over here on the sidebar, you'll see some different things that you can add or change. This permalink option is really good. It shows you what the link to this page would be once it's live. So you'll see right here where it says View Page, what the link would be live. If I want to add a featured image, I can just click on this section, click Set Featured Image, and it'll give me the option to pull one of my images from my media library, or I can change this tab right here to upload a new file for my library. So I'm just going to choose the one I already have in here. I'm going to hit Save and Publish. It'll give me the option to say, are you sure you want to publish this? Yes, we want to publish this page. All right, so I've made a live page. Now let's choose and install a theme. So I'm going to go over here to Appearance and go to the Theme section. So you can see I've got 7 different theme options here that I could switch to. If I wanted to find a new one, all I would need to do is add new theme. And it's pulling in all of the different WordPress options that are already in here. And you can sort through these different categories by looking for featured, popular, latest themes. Premium theme is going to be a paid theme. So it's going to be something that you're going to pay a little bit of money for. In my experience, these are usually a one-time fee, typically less than $100. So you can also search for a theme. Let's say I want to search for fashion and see if there's anything fashion related. Okay, cool. So there's a whole bunch of different options that I could choose. You can also look for third-party themes, meaning you could buy a theme from someone else and install it here. So if you wanted to do that, all you would need to do is purchase the theme. It's probably going to come as a zip file. You'll save it to your computer. And then up here at the top where it has the option to upload a theme, it's super easy, right? Now you're just going to choose that zip file, upload it here, and then you'll see it appear again over here on the ones that you have installed. And then you can just choose it and activate it. So like this one, for instance, Pet Shop was one that I purchased that's already here in my library bank that I can choose to activate. So I want to show you how some of the customization features on these work. What I would recommend is when you're looking for a theme, look for one that has a really great live preview and some examples of how to set up the theme. I just searched for this theme by name, and there's a whole web page that has information about how to do the layout for this site or for this different theme. So it's showing you here like specs, the column width is 840 pixels, etc. If it's saying if you don't want the sidebar, then simply don't add any widgets in the sidebar widget area. So it's giving me ideas of how to set up this page. So this one called 2016, if I click on theme details, it's going to open a page that gives me a demo of what the page layout is going to be. In general, when you're choosing a theme, think about this as the layout that's here is mostly the options you're going to have. So think about, does this work for me and what I'm trying to accomplish with my site? I'm going to choose this theme, and I want to show you the options that there are to customize on here. So now you'll see this one has jumped up to the first one on my list, and you can see right here it says Active 2016, and then if I have the option to customize it. So we're going to click this button for Customize, and I'll show you how you're going to set up the features for your site. So right here what you're seeing is these are the different sections that you can edit and change, and you're getting a live preview of it here on the right-hand side. So if I want this one that says Site Identity, this is usually going to be your header section up here. So let me click on it, and it gives me the option to do a site title and a tagline. So you're seeing it matches what I have here exactly. But let's say I want to change it. Okay, so it just changed live like that for, well, not live, right? You haven't published your site yet. So, but it's changing. I can see those updates happening immediately. If I have a logo that I want to list here as well, it's got the section for do a logo. All I have to do is click select logo, and it's going to give me the option to either choose it from my media library or upload a new image. Okay, so let's go back. Now I've got the option to change the colors. So here I've got the option to change a background color, the page background and link color, main text, etc. You can do default, or it'll give you a couple different color schemes to sort through. Or I think you should be able to change this. Yeah, so you can click on the background color, and if you have a color palette that is specific to your brand, you could change the specs specifically for your color palette right here. All right, there's an option for a header image, a background image, menu, and widgets. We should be able to see, okay, so we need to set this up in our widget section. You can do it here as well. I like doing it in the widget section. I'll show you that as well. But it's giving you the option to edit this right sidebar. And remember, it told me on the other page, if I don't want a sidebar, I just remove the content that's there. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Okay, background image, menus, etc. You can do that here. Now let me switch this theme really quickly because I want to show you how it changes based on the theme that you choose. So now I'm going to choose this theme that I've already got in my library that's called Catch Starter. So this Catch Starter one, it is more of a premium theme where there are some features I might have to pay for, but let me show you. Here's the page for Catch Starter's live demo. Oops. This is an example of a theme that has a really good documentation on how to set up the page. Because as I'm scrolling through this, the sections of this live demo, it's showing me right here, if I wanted to change this section, it's under featured content. And you can change this here under appearance, customize, theme options, featured content. That's how I'm going to change out this section. So I really like this one because it's showing me exactly where I'm going to manage these things. So let me show you what this is going to look like. Now I want to change to this theme. All I got to do is click this button for activate. And now you can see that Catch Starter is the active theme. So now let's change the details on or let's customize this one. So I'm going to click this blue customize button. All right, this looks familiar, right? You've seen this same navigation option and you're seeing it live on the right, except you can already see there's a lot more options here because this theme has a lot more layout options than the 2016 theme that we worked in earlier. But some of the options you're going to recognize, right? Site identity. So I can change this again. It's changing it on the fly so I can decide if I like that or not. Okay, so there's a lot more options under here. Featured slider, homepage, front page options, layout options. So all of these, you can see how this premium theme has a lot more settings than the other one did. But if I compare it to the documentation, I should be able to set up my page by swapping out the images, swapping out the text, swapping out those featured pages on the homepage, and get it set up how I want. Now let me show you how to do the widget section. You can manage it here, but I like to do it from my dashboard. So go to this widget section. Let me show you what this looks like. On the left-hand side, you're gonna see the available widgets that I can add to my page. And on the right-hand side, you're going to see the different sections that are available. So this is the sidebar. You can see all the items that are going to appear under the sidebar are here. Let's say I want to take some of these out. I don't want archives on my sidebar. All I have to do is open it, delete, and it'll remove it from my sidebar immediately. But let's say I want to add an image and maybe I want to create it as a link so it can look like an image ad. I've got this option for image over here. All I have to do is drag it, drop it over here, and you can see, when I hover over, there's the little gray line behind it. As soon as I drop it, it's going to go in that space. But let's say I want the image at the top above search. All I have to do is drag and drop it up there. Okay, so again, the sidebar footer section, this is going to be specific to the design of the theme that you're working on. Let me show you how to change the menu. So this is also in the appearance section. And I just clicked on menu, and you can see I don't have a menu set up yet. So I'm going to create a menu. Let me call this main menu. The location of the main menu is also going to be determined by your design theme. So make sure that you like where it's placed in the design theme that you choose when you're looking at that demo. Okay, you have the option to automatically add some different pages in here. And then this is also saying where you want it to go. So I want it to be in the primary menu section, but you could also put it in the right menu if you wanted to. Now over here in the pages section, so this section on the left is showing me what options I have to add to my menu. So I have pages, posts, custom links, and categories. Right now, you remember I've only published one page so far, but I definitely want to add that to my menu. So I'm going to click the box and select Add to Menu. And then maybe I want to create a custom link, but it's not a page on my site for some reason. You can click this custom link section and add, let's say, for example, I'm going to add a link to WordPress.org, and I want this to say WordPress demo. The link text is how the words will appear on the menu. And then I just click the button Add to Menu. Okay, so now I've got two things on my menu. And you can arrange and order your menu by clicking and dragging and dropping it. So right now, About Us would be listed first and then WordPress Demo. But if I want WordPress Demo to be listed first, all I have to do is click it and drag it above About Us. Well, what if I want this to be a drop-down option? I want WordPress Demo to be under About Us. Okay, all I have to do is drag it and then slightly move it over to the right as if I were going to nest it under About Us, and then watch that little dotted line behind it. See how it moved over to the right? So now if I drop it there, it's going to be nested under About Us. Okay, I'm happy with the way that this layout is. I'm going to click Save Menu. And then finally, when you're ready to publish on your HostGator site, at the top of this site on your dashboard, you'll have the option it'll show a coming soon page, and then there'll be a yellow bar that says ready to publish, and you'll click that publish to go live. Okay, so that's all we've got for our walkthrough demo today. There's a ton to learn in WordPress, but trust me, you got this. You can do it. And it might take some time, but remember, with a website is not print, right? So it gives you the freedom to publish and make an edit later. Don't worry about having the perfect website from day one. Editing your website is always going to be a continual process, and that's what makes it so great, is that you can make the edits as you need to. Get your site up quickly, come back and perfect it later. And these times, you want a great site to go live, and you can continue to work on it as you go.